Hello, this is attorney Alberto Ruiz. I wanted to take a moment to talk to you about President Trump's new immigration policies and how they can affect immigrants who are present in the country. First, the new policy gives local police the authority to detain and turn over to ICE those who are found to be unlawfully present in the United States. Now, this is a policy that has always been enforced since President Obama's administration. However, now, even those with low level crimes and even traffic tickets are being turned over to ICE. And this is a big concern because people who may just be driving and passing a stop sign, or who have outstanding traffic tickets, or who have failed to pay back child support, or even those who have incomplete probation, are being picked up much more rapidly than before. They're being detained by local police and they're being turned over to immigration authorities for deportation proceedings. Also, if those individuals had a prior deportation, they're now being deported without the opportunity for a hearing. Now, these are very important changes, and we wanted to inform you that you need to prepare yourself and get information in order to protect yourself from these possible deportations. For example, if you have outstanding traffic tickets, we highly recommend that you pay those traffic tickets as soon as possible. Also, if you have an incomplete probation, we want you to check with your probation officer to make sure that you're doing everything possible to remain current with your probation check-ins and making sure that you don't get any new offenses. Also, if you have any back child support that you owe, please pay that back child support as soon as possible, or contact the child support officer to let them know that you have the best intentions of paying it and that you're in the works to try to get that resolved. If you don't resolve these issues, that the remaining unresolved matter can turn into a possible detention by local police. Local police are quickly turning people over to immigration now, and we want to make sure that you're able to avoid getting into the hands of immigration. Bonds are still available for those who are detained by criminal court. However, if you get an immigration hold too quickly, then you will not be able to be released from the local or county authorities. Another thing is that there are a number of legal permanent residents who are present in the country with a expired permanent resident card or green card. You need to check the date on your green card and make sure that you reapply to renew your legal permanent resident card at least 6 months before it expires. Now, there's also people who have deferred action for childhood arrivals or DACA permits. Those individuals also need to make sure that their expiration date doesn't hit past 6 months. If it's at 6 months or sooner, you need to immediately contact your legal representative and try to get a renewal as soon as possible. The DACA program is still in force, and we really want people to utilize this program while it's still available. Also, local DPS or Department of Public Service, where you get your driver's license, are often denying DACA holders with work permits the ability to get a renewal on their driver's license. If this occurs, please contact your legal representative to contact DPS and see what is their policy on allowing people with work permits to get driver's license. You should not be prevented from getting a driver's license just because there's uncertainty about whether or not the president is going to revoke the program. While it's still in force, you should still be allowed to get your driver's license. If you have a work permit for any other reason, that work permit should still be valid and you should still be able to get your driver's license and do normal things that you were doing before. Now, we also want to make sure that everyone knows their own criminal history. It's important that you double check, go to the county clerk in your local county and ask them for a copy of your criminal history to make sure that you don't have anything outstanding that could affect you in the future. Another thing is that if you have plans to travel by plane and you're a legal permanent resident or you're an undocumented person, we discourage you from doing so. At this time, the immigration climate is very difficult, and so traveling could subject you to immigration proceedings. If you are a legal permanent resident, of course, you have the right to travel both internationally and domestically. However, you should check your criminal background, because if you have a felony or a misdemeanor on your record and immigration checks it when you're coming in through a point of entry, they could detain you and question you about your criminal history. If you are a U.S. citizen, these are not problems. You don't have to worry about being detained by immigration because U.S. citizens are not subjected to these types of proceedings. However, if you are a legal permanent resident for 3 or 5 years, then you should try to apply for citizenship as soon as possible, because once you're a citizen, they can't detain you at the border. It's very important to check this on your own record to make sure that if you qualify for citizenship, that you do so. Having minor misdemeanors and in some cases felonies doesn't prevent you from applying for citizenship, but you need to check with your legal representative to make sure that you qualify for citizenship and that you hold a valid legal permanent resident card. My name is Attorney Alberto Ruiz. Here at the Ruiz Law Firm, we help immigrants every day with complicated and simple immigration matters. I'd be glad to talk to you. You can reach me at my office at 832-744-8650 or on my website,